Did you know that a single man could survive two separate atomic bombings? Not just one, but two. On August 6, 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, an engineer, was in Hiroshima on a business trip. It was a clear morning, and he was on his way to his office near the docks. Then, at 8:15 a.m., the B-29 bomber Enola Gay dropped a bomb called Little Boy right over the city. He was just 3 kilometers from the blast zone. The force of the explosion was so intense that it turned a child's marbles into molten blobs of glass and scattered human teeth on the ground. Yamaguchi was badly burned and temporarily deafened. He saw colors no one had ever named before, but what happened next is even more unbelievable. What makes a person get on a train and head home into another city after surviving something so horrifying? 3 days later, on August 9th, Yamaguchi had made it back to his family in Nagasaki. Despite his wounds, he was back at work at the Mitsubishi plant, trying to explain to his boss what had happened in Hiroshima. His boss, understandably, couldn't believe a single bomb could level a city. As Yamaguchi was insisting his story was true, a second searing flash of light filled the sky. The B-29 bomber Boxcar had just dropped a second atomic bomb, Fat Man, on Nagasaki. Yamaguchi survived again. This time, the blast was even more powerful than the one in Hiroshima, but the city's hilly terrain lessened the destruction. How does a person live with the physical and emotional scars of not one, but two nuclear attacks? Yamaguchi went on to become an officially recognized Hibakusha, or atomic bomb survivor of both attacks. He lived to be 93 years old and spent his later years speaking out against nuclear weapons at the UN. His survival is a testament to the random chance of life and death in a moment of unimaginable chaos. He saw things that were never meant to be seen. Near the hypercenter, the bomb's heat was so intense it carbonized blood, turning it into a substance as hard as steel. In the first microsecond, people died in ways that had never been imagined. And even years later, the radioactive elements from the bombs would mimic calcium, filling hospitals with a shocking truth. These weapons, above all else, were child killers. What does it say about humanity that we created a weapon that could not only destroy a city in an instant, but could also continue to kill for decades? The legacy of these 2 days in August 1945 is a haunting one. It's a story of ordinary people thrust into extraordinary events, where a young woman named Setsuko Thurlow, just 13 years old, was separated from her friends and brought to army intelligence just hours before the blast. And how another boy, who put his hands over his eyes as the bomb hit, saw the bones of his fingers shining through his eyelids like an X-ray. These aren't just dates in a textbook. They're the moments that changed our world forever. And their stories, like the ghosts of Hiroshima, continue to shape our future.